It's virtually guaranteed that if you're a superhero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, your family is full of tragedy. Even with the stiff competition from folks like Thor and Peter Parker, it's hard to point out a superfamily with more ongoing drama than the Wakandan royalty. In Captain America: Civil War, King T'Chaka dies, leaving his distraught son T'Challa seeking vengeance. In Black Panther, we find out that young T'Chaka killed his exiled criminal brother N'Jobu, which sends the latter's son, N'Jadaka, on a path that turns him into Killmonger, the movie's main antagonist.
I found my daddy with panther claws in his chest. You ain't the son of a king, you a son of a murderer.
Warning, we're about to get into major spoilers.
Tell me the spoilers, child, and embrace your destiny.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever doubles down on the tragedy trend. In addition to depicting T'Challa's death, a necessary plot point to reflect the real-world death of star Chadwick Boseman, Queen Ramonda also dies during the events of the movie. After Queen Ramonda's death, it seems that T'Challa's younger sister, Shuri, is the only remaining member of her family, leading her down a path of violent revenge, from which she veers away at the last minute. However, the movie's mid-credits scene actually reveals a new member of the Wakandan royal family. We discover that T'Challa actually fathered a son with Nakia. As the latter introduces Shuri to young Toussaint, he reveals that his Wakandan name is, in fact, T'Challa. With a name like that, it seems like Marvel Studios is setting the child up to become a huge part of the MCU many years down the line. Still, major Marvel fans might already have noticed that the MCU origin of the character is quite different from T'Challa's son in the pages of Marvel Comics. There, his full name is Azari T'Challa, and he's the son of T'Challa and Storm, a longtime member of the X-Men. This version of the character is actually from an alternate future timeline from the mainline Marvel Comics timeline, and he's a teenage mutant who's inherited both his father's Black Panther powers and his mother's power to control lightning. This, of course, is a significantly different origin story from the one Wakanda Forever's T'Challa Jr. gets. For starters, he's still just a small child when we meet him, and we have no idea whether he's inherited any of the powers that were granted to his father by Wakanda's heart-shaped herb. Though messing with the character's background in live-action adaptations might annoy some fans, it's understandable that the MCU plays fast and loose with T'Challa's family tree. Since Storm hasn't been officially introduced in the MCU, and Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman's death in 2020 ended King T'Challa's story, there's no way for the two to meet, let alone start a family. Meanwhile, Nakia is T'Challa's former lover, an obviously ongoing romantic interest in Black Panther, and her lengthy absence from the MCU after the first Black Panther movie is easily explained by the fact that she's been in Haiti, keeping the heir to Wakanda's throne safe and hidden. It's an interesting move to introduce T'Challa's son at this exact point in the MCU timeline. Not only does his existence strongly hint that the Black Panther's legacy will continue even after Shuri, but it also works wonders for her, the current Black Panther. After all, Shuri's lost all the family members that she knew of in relatively rapid succession, and is finally starting to resolve her grief and trauma by the time Wakanda Forever ends. The mid-credit scene's revelation that she's not the last living member of her family dovetails perfectly with her character arc of accepting her losses and honoring her family's legacy. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is now in theaters.